which is why I have here the defense needs to step up because I mean 4 games where you're a defensive team, right? And there's only 4 games where teams that don't score more than 20 points, the rest of them they score 20 or more. That's yeah, I think the defense for sure needs to step up because that's a no go. But I mean, like I said, you also have your injuries too with Mike Evans, Bucky Irving, and that's hard, man. Losing
Yeah.
your wide receiver one and back one, you know.
No, for sure. I mean that I get it. You know what I mean? Like that totally makes sense. And that's going to be a good excuse to fall back on for, for most people. Is just that fact that they've been dealing with the fact that they've been dealing with so much injuries. But on the flip side to it, you kind of I'm going to agree with you on this is that their defense has definitely slipped out from underneath them for sure. Again, you have a head coach that is known for his defensive mind, who has been perceived as a top tier defensive minded coach, and for you to sit there and allow these teams to score 30 plus on you, 40 plus on you, night in and night out, at some point you have to call it out for what it is, because everyone wants to look at Baker Mayfield for the way that he's played, and I'm going to agree with it. He has not played very well. I get that part. Okay, but at the same time, when you go up against the Bills, for example, and you put up 32 against the Bills and still lose,
Yeah,
that's a defensive issue, not an offensive issue.
right.
When you go up against the Patriots and you lose 23 to 28, your offense still put up 23 points and you allowed 28. Same thing with the look at the Rams. I mean, granted, again, they only scored 7 points with the Rams, but they gave up 34 points. And it's just consistently like every single game they're letting off 20 plus point games.
Yep.
And that's very hard for an offense to keep up with when you're having to score bare minimum 4 touchdowns a night just to stay
With
in the game.
with
That's not even guaranteeing you a win. That's just to stay in the game.
and with your top receiver and top running back out.
Correct.
So I mean that's a double-edged sword there because you know your defense is not performing, then you're missing your weapons on offense. So it's like double whammy. Boom.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So again, I would agree with you on that. Now, on the flip side, to get into the whole Baker Mayfield situation, because like I said, he really hasn't played all his best games over this stretch of 4 games, 5 games, 6 games, whatever it is. He really hasn't played his best ball. I think that for him, he needs to make his decisions a little bit quicker. And I think what it is that he doesn't want to turn the ball over. I think that's his main issue right here, is that he's trying not to turn the ball over. And
well,
so he's
that's
kind of
crazy.
questioning himself. And that's why you see him kind of pump faking a lot of these, like for example, when he gets sacked. If you look at a lot of his sacks, he's just holding on to the ball too long.
Yeah.
And if he
Well,
just makes that decision just a little bit quicker and just pulls the trigger and just says, fuck it, like whatever, I think that they would be in a much better position, but it still doesn't negate the fact that the defense has just been absolutely atrocious.
yeah. Well, and I mean back to your point about Baker Mayfield not wanting to turn the ball over. I was actually just looking here. The first 8 games before the bye week, he's had two picks. Since the bye week, he's had 8, which is crazy. So I mean, like you said, he's
But
I don't know.
also,
It's
too, some of these interceptions haven't exactly been his fault. And so that's the other thing that you have to take into account, right? Not all interceptions are created equal. And so that's why I say he definitely can make some better decisions, like getting rid of the ball faster rather than putting himself in a position where he's being pressured so much. But that defense needs to step up the game. I mean, right now they're ranked 20th in total yards given up. So meaning that they're in the bottom half, they're in the bottom three, bottom third of the league in terms of the amount of yards that are given up. It's crazy.
yeah, that's for sure. The defense needs to step up more, but also Baker needs to elevate his play. But more so the defense to help out Baker too.